All right, check it out. We are here in Omaha for the ultimate Hawaiian Hard Enduro. The conditions are about as good as they're going to be. It's a little dusty down here in the lowlands, but back in the trees, it's nice and moist and beautiful. This place is absolutely stunning, and if it rains halfway throughout the race today, things are going to change, but as of right now, we got clear blue skies and things are looking mint. Go. Ryder LeBlond, Will Reardon, the champ, Chris Bernard, he was relaxed, super stoned. Okay, here comes the second row. Braxton Hinsey, US Mainlander, Ryder Guest, Quinn Wetzel, Kawelo Huddy, Kana Boy. If Velo, Ryder, and Kana want a chance at beating Tristan and the boys, they can't be wasting time back here. They need to catch up and get by those guys, or at least get them within sight. And Cody Webb. Oh my God! Oh my God, he hits a hidden stump. I think that it's going to be less of an advantage for the hometown Kauai boys. The KRD boys are fired up and ready to go. Ryder Guest, Kana Boy, and Kawelo, our winner from last year by like an hour. So he seems to be the man to beat a little bit right now. But then we got our mainland guys, Cody Webb, Tristan Hart, Ryder LeBlond, Will Reardon. These guys are all super, super hungry and fired up and ready to go. But guess what? They have not seen that whole side of the mountain, and that's the main portion of the race. So we're gonna have a race on our hands, and I cannot wait to see how things shake out.
We got Ryder LeBlond up front at the first checkpoint. Looks like he's just in front of Tristan. 25. All right, we're about 25 minutes into the race, and it looks like Kawelo Huddy's already out in the lead. They're gonna go through the climb arch, and they're gonna go into the. We got fourth place. The boys are battling.
Yeah, the race was high and low. Honestly, it was quite a bummer, but I had a really good time. Like, the course was awesome, so much easier than last year. Like, you know, obviously I had some issues with the aftermarket starter I was running, so that put a damper on things. But at the end of the day, like, the bike was the best it's felt. I made some more changes since King of Motos, and all in all, you know, it wasn't a great result, but I learned some more stuff out of it, and was really happy with how the bike was performing until that happened.
Kawelo Huddy is into the lead here on the Kahele side already, with Ryder LeBlond in second and Tristan Hart in third. That was pretty crazy. Here comes Kana Boy. Kana Boy, so good, just a bull rider from Hawaii, super strong young kid. Ultra competitive, great rider. Look at this view.
Come on. You have cake up that?
Yeah, yeah.
Do it. Yep.
I got it.
That's okay. That's
KRD was a group effort between guys that were riding, are going to compete in the US Hard Enduro Series, and a bunch of small business owners and enthusiasts that we wanted to try and give them some support and create a platform for them to hopefully get to the next level. That started last year. We kind of got together, and once the families made a commitment that they were going to do this series, we said, okay, well, let's see what we can do to kind of help them a little bit.
Faster up this than Velo was. You're doing good.
Dry, you'll find traction, so you can pick your way through things a little bit, and you can kind of be wet. You got to be willing to take a few more risks, and if you're going to try and get up something with power. But on a dry day, you can pick your way up things pretty well here.
Making good time, rider. That was smooth, buddy.
Traction and bike setup is so important, and it's quite different from the mainland races where the speeds are a lot higher in a lot of sections. This is just grinding the whole time and having your bike set up for a grind of a ride.
Kawelo Huddy is in the lead right now. Looks like he's got a little bit of arm pump or something. He's shaking out his arms. So number one, Kristen Hart. Bell's got about a minute on him. Kawelo is up, Cody up. He's on this crazy ridgeline. Tristan Hart does not want to let Kawelo get too far away. Tristan really needs to be on him, if at all possible, so that he can read his lines, his local lines. Kavelo's got the local knowledge. Tristan has zero. He's never ridden here in his life. So he needs to catch Kawelo so he can read his lines and stay efficient. All right, we're an hour and a half into the race. These guys are absolutely flying. Incredible the pace that they're putting up through this jungle.
How far?
He's got about a minute and a half. Might be a little bit more than a minute and a half at this point. Velo looks like he's cruising. Kana boy, third place up this ridge line. Kid is absolutely flying today.
What's happening now is generations in the making, and every generation brought something more to the table and elevated the game, and now we're at a point where the level's quite high and we have some really talented guys that get to showcase what they can do here.
Okay, we're here at the bottom of a 20-minute hill climb. Starts with this waterfall section. Here comes Tristan Hart. Man, he's got at least he's about 5 to 8 minutes back from Velo. About 5 to 8 minutes from Velo.
Where's the shallowest part here?
I think you go straight across to that little spot.
Right through this hole?
Yeah, and then you loop up and around. Wow, deep. Tristan finds a deep hole. It's little stuff like that. Velo's not making those mistakes. And the only way to know that there's a 4-foot deep hole waiting for you right there is to have ridden this before. Velo is on an absolute mission today. I hear his bike revving up there in 20 minutes, so things might get nasty up there. In these canyons, in these valleys they call them, things stay wet no matter the time of year. We haven't had a ton of rain lately, so a lot of the trails have been really good and tacky. But these hillsides will hold moisture, and once you start uncovering the leaves and the stuff, the grippy topsoil, once you start deteriorating that course, things get nastier and nastier and nastier. And check it out, here comes Kana boy. Not far behind Tristan Hart, maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute. You notice how Tristan kind of tiptoed through here. He didn't know where the deepest or where the shallowest spot was, so he needed to be mindful about where he went through this river. Where Cowboy, he knows the hotline. Wow. He came through here, popped a wheelie, gave it full throttle, up on the rock, missed a big hole, up the hill, and he's out. All right, here comes Ryder LeBlond into the bottom of 20-minute hill climb where that big puddle was we were just looking at. The big puddles where they don't know how deep they are or where the shallow spot is. Has a little spot of bother there. He's finding out how slick these rocks are.
Without naming any names in particular, do you think there's a future factory ride coming from Hawaii?
Yeah, I think the moment one of these guys decides to live on the mainland for a whole year, I think that'll be the following year will be the time one of them gets a factory ride, because like I mentioned before, these guys, you know, where their gains are to be made is to learn new terrain and new technique and embrace those fundamentals across the nation. So all it's going to take, I could see it. You never know how things are going. I'm stoked that we have so many brands involved, but it also feels like rides are limited. But once they get to that point where they're catching attention, breaking top fives and beating guys that have factory rides, that'll be the time that, I guess, which is now, that they're going to start getting attention to get that factory ride.
They're also great on the mainland. They just need to be able to like up their like intensity and early race speed. I feel like our races are a lot drier, completely different, right? So they struggle, I think, with like the pace we're maintaining on the mainland in our races, especially early on in the race, like getting arm pump. And here they're so comfortable. It's kind of one of those things like your confidence is at an all-time high. So out here, they know exactly what to do. They know the line to hit, which routes to avoid. So, you know, I think for them, if they want to keep excelling, they're going to have to, you know, maybe come and spend some time with me or some of the other guys and get out of their comfort zone a little bit more. And I don't even want to tell them that, because then it's going to be scary what they're capable of. So
back next year than I did a week ago. This club does a killer job. This is some of the best riders that I've had to work with at a venue as far as the course building crew. Usually there's like one guy at a event that's capable of riding the whole course, and here there's at least 6 of them to a dozen of them, you know, that have been out there building these trails and cutting the rivers and hanging the ribbons and stuff. So makes my job easy on race day. We meshed really well, putting together my theory of course marking with theirs, and I think we built a foolproof course as far as not getting lost and making all your splits and stuff. Big feat to have 9 pro-only splits and be able to successfully not have any of our racers get lost out there, so I'm super stoked about that. And again, I'm just really happy the weather held out. It makes my day a lot better. But I'd be happy even if it did rain. I'm fine with it. I love coming out here and embracing the technique. I feel like the margin for traction is much smaller here, so when I come and ride here, I come out of this place with a better skills, you know, more elevated each time I get out to Hawaii and ride. I love the Kauai style, this country living and hanging out on this ranch. I'm super grateful for being involved with the people we are here. And the Garden Ride Motorcycle Club is legendary, and happy to be involved with them as well.
There are a few techniques that work here, like shifting up and keep shifting up until you get out of where you are. And sometimes you're in 4th, 5th gear, just trying to crawl your way up something when it's wet. So there are techniques that I don't see anybody else using, but because it gets so icy here, that's kind of the only way to navigate sometimes. But a lot of their skill set fully translates over here, but they're just these little pieces of the puzzle that are different here, yeah, which I think make this place so unique. A few things is we have a really good community that supports these guys, supports the races, and supports riding on the island. Our trail system here is so technical and challenging that it's all they have. They don't have anything else to train on but real challenging stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. We've been dreaming about this for years. That what would happen if the top guys came to Kauai? Would they be able to navigate through our trail system with the way that we see them do it? You know, and so having the US Hard Enduro Series now as an official stop here is awesome. I hope this is like the first of many.
Tristan Hart chasing down Velo. Velo's got about an 8-minute lead on Tristan. The point in the race where Tristan's going to empty the gas tank and pour it on. All right, so that's a wrap with our top 3. We got Velo, he takes the win. Velo, good ride, brother.
Yes, sir.
How was it?
It was good. Just battling my mind all the time.
Battling your mind?
Yeah.
What was your mind saying?
Nothing. Just I don't know. Weird.
Just keep moving forward?
Keep moving forward, yeah.
Well, once you got out into the lead, seems like you got into the lead really early over here.
Yeah.
Where'd you get them?
In the rivers. They were sliding in there.
They were sliding?
Yeah.
Were you gripping?
Gripping.
Were you just better? Both.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah.
And your winner of the 2025 Ultimate Hawaiian Hard Enduro, hosted by the Garden Island Motorcycle Club and Matson, is Kawelo Huddy!
Kawelo, what does this mean to you to get the win for the 2nd year in a row?
It means a lot because we're a homegrown local boy from Kauai, so for hold down our territory is pretty damn mean, yeah.
I'll say you seemed like you were on rails out there, just catching every line, and just you were on autopilot, just focused forward.